Aware of the whole body, sitting and breathing. And body supported by the ground, by the chair, the cushion. And feeling the contact with the floor, the feet on the floor, or the legs on the ground. Just connecting with the stability, the solidity of the ground. And feeling the contact with the chair or the cushion, the couch. And relaxing, softening. In the area of the belly, the abdomen. Throughout the back. Relaxing in the chest and the shoulders. And letting the shoulders and the arms hang as you kind of feel and soften. And relax down the arms into the elbows and the forearms. And softening into the wrists and the hands. And letting the hands kind of fill with awareness. And filling the fingers down to the fingertips and filling your thumbs down to the tips of your thumbs. And relaxing in the neck and the jaw. And letting your jaw hang gently and letting go, relaxing, softening throughout all of the muscles in the face. And the forehead. And around the skull, the cranium. And relaxing the scalp. And now sensing the whole body. And it's not the memory of your body or some mental image of your body, but aware of the body as a field of sensation and energy that's appearing right now. Sensing the body with a welcoming attitude, with a kind of a friendly attitude. welcoming your experience, whatever it is, even if there's unpleasantness, discomfort, even pain. And similarly with the mind, whatever state, mood you're in, whatever the state of your mind in this moment, whatever's on your mind, in your mind, kind of letting that too also be the way it is, but just being aware with it. Within the frame of the body, within the field of the body, is including in awareness the flow of breath sensation wherever you can feel it, wherever the breath is available to be sensed, to be felt or experienced. At the nostrils, in the chest or the belly, or through the whole body. And feeling the swell of the in-breath, feeling the softening of the out-breath. And remaining aware in the transitions between breaths. And this is always a here and now practice, which means your task is very modest. It's just to be with the breath that's happening right now. Just taking care of this moment. When you lose touch with the breathing, noticing what has taken your attention, watching that, observing that, listening to that for a few moments, and finding the breath again. Of course, it's a new breath, just for right now. Although at first the attention may only stay with the breathing for a moment, a few moments, without being in a rush or making it a problem. And see if you can again and again watch what takes your attention. Make those thought worlds objects of attention, so you're watching the scenes or listening to the narratives. And again returning to this home base in the body, this anchor, this refuge in the breathing body. And this is how we begin to cultivate inner stability. The attention learns how to connect and abide with the breathing as a support. If you feel at any point like you're straining or striving, let's see if you can practice doing less. Just riding along with the waves of the breathing like a passenger. Just along for the ride. There's no need to drive or to make yourself breathe in some way. And the body's taking care of breathing already. But can you just kind of hang out with it? just for this breath, this breathing in, just with this breathing out. Breathing, breath sensations in the foreground, but letting everything else happen freely in the background. So it's very important that you don't try to push away thoughts or block out sounds. We don't want to create that kind of tension and kind of conflict in the mind, but just featuring the breathing in the midst of whatever else is happening. This is how we cultivate a stability of mind in the midst of kind of the chaotic unfoldings of our lives. So in the midst of it all, just breathing in and knowing it, and breathing out and knowing it. Letting this knowing be direct, immediate. What's your mind doing right now? And can you be aware of it? When thoughts are present, don't make them a problem. See if you can watch them quietly. Thinking is an important aspect of our humanness, but also an aspect that generally rules us completely. So when you get lost in thoughts, it's an opportunity to watch the mind. You can let yourself be interested in observing what are the scenes playing out right now? What images are present in the mind? Can you just watch them for a few moments? Or can you notice what narrative is playing internally? Some story. Maybe it's about meditating, about what you'll do later today. But just being aware with thinking. This is how we begin to free ourselves from just being totally entranced by whatever pops into our mind. And then finding the breath again, just coming back home to breathing in, aware with breathing in, and breathing out, and aware with breathing out. Good morning, everyone, or good day, or good evening, depending on where you are. And just a few words, reminders, and something to just keep in mind as you practice, and over the weekend. One of the premises of this kind of practice is that, and this is part of what's so exciting about it, is that if you want to understand your own mind, if you want to understand how suffering, mental suffering comes about, if you want to understand how the sense of self or your own personal identity constellates, if you want to understand the nature of consciousness and its relationship to the content that's present, you can find out all of that for yourself. It's not just about reading, that you can actually take that journey yourself. And it's not just understanding your personal patterning, which is also happens and is very interesting on even on just on a content level, but also the nature and process. And that's goes back to the origins of like the Buddhist teaching and all of this kind of unfolding practice traditions that have even before that, but since then as well, that you as you are can find out for yourself what's going on here. However, it requires some cultivation, right? Because in order to see deeply into what's happening here, that mind has to be somewhat gathered and unified. Yeah, there has to be, you need some stability in awareness and wakefulness. And there are degrees of stability. And so with very little stability, you could sit down, you could be very interested and say, I want to sit down, but it's just total chaos. You'll just be swept from one thought to another. It'll be you ruminating about yourself. And that's very different than having the attention become very stable, very clear, so that you can see moment by moment how this is happening. Yeah. That's when it becomes very interesting. And so part of why we're featuring and focusing this week on the mode 1, as I describe in the written instructions, which you can read on the website. Part of why we're focusing on this is because this is the ground of kind of beginning to develop the stability. And that's why we feature one kind of a primary object of attention. Because the essence of meditation is just to be aware with the flow of experience. You don't need to focus on one thing. But for most people, it's very helpful, almost everybody, to really develop stability with one object. So we use the breathing, hearing, or the sense of the body. And you will notice as you practice in that way, you get lost in thinking, you notice it, you're aware with it for a few moments. You come back to the breathing, the nostrils, the belly, come back to hearing. Yeah. That as you come back again and again, you start to abide here. And then you begin to experience the degrees of stability. Yeah. Settledness, stillness. The stillness is the stillness of presence. And of course, the content and the objects will continue to be moving. Thoughts will continue to move. Sensations will continue to move and change. But the stillness is the stillness of presence itself. Yeah. And so that's how the whole insight side of the kind of, sometimes it's called traditionally shamatha vipassana. So stability and insight. They actually come together because as you develop stability, you can't help but see into the nature of kind of what's going on here. But for so many, we could use really, everyone's in a rush, but we could really use nurturing this stability. Also, of course, it brings all of these wonderful benefits, the physiological benefits of, calm and the nervous system quieting down and the circulation flowing, breathing, deepening naturally. So also some benefits there in the here and now. And as you move through the day and whatever you're doing, moving with awareness, walking, talking, sitting, Whatever it is you're engaged in, you can engage with awareness, and that through the day really starts to get the momentum of stability going. And just to say as well, all of the kind of awakening around the depths of kind of bias, prejudice, racism that are present in our society, even though, of course, this has been here all along. Most of our waking ups are waking up to things that have been here already, and just we haven't been paying attention to them fully. And of course, that's only true for part of the population, especially here in this country. But all of this, the roots of prejudice are right here in our own minds. So we can also work on that territory right here. So, okay, I hope you all stay safe this weekend. It's in the news that I know it's changed in different places, it's different, but in this country, the numbers are going way up in terms of the virus. So please stay safe, wear your masks, and don't get together with groups of people, and use it as a time to cultivate awareness, kindness, and connection with what's in your immediate environment. Okay, thank you all so much, and I'll leave the chat open for a little bit if you want to say hello to each other and share anything, and I look forward to being with some of you Sunday evening for the kind of longer session. And again, you can, if you're newer to this group, you can find out about that on the sundaysangha.net website. All right, take care.